It sometimes feels like everyone is telling you to quit your job, sell all your stuff, and live your dream life. And I think I have something to say to that, because we did just that.
Aloha, go! Go, be ready,
But what does living your life to the fullest even mean? Does it mean traveling the world, partying all night with your friends, do drugs, meet new people all the time? Believe it or not, but I did a lot of research about this topic, and a big chunk of that was spent browsing the front page of the internet, also known as Reddit, reading what different people have to say about that. And here are common themes and ideas that seem to be stuck in people's heads when it comes to not wasting your life. You should try it all, whatever that might look like, and even if not especially if you think you won't like it, because at least in the end you will be wiser for the experience, or at the very least have a funny story to tell. You should say yes to things, even if it's really a maybe. Basically, are you on the fence about doing something? Well, you should just do it. If it's not an immediate no, then go for it. You should do more of what makes you happy. This one has honestly gotten out of hand. Is there any shop selling postcards in the world that does not have one with this exact sentence on it? You should get out of your comfort zone. The more often the better, because you need to constantly push your comfort zone, else it will get smaller and smaller. Or at least that is the idea. Do not let your fear or anxiety hold you back from trying new things or taking risks. I can certainly say that I have experience with this topic. All my life, I have been an introverted person. Like, I enjoy spending time alone or with loved ones. I like to read, preferably in total silence, and my desire to be in a huge crowd of people is usually zero. However, as a young adult, I'm gonna say between like 18 and early 20s, I felt like that was not okay. And it's not just that I felt like that, I was also told through multiple people that that is not okay. You need to go to concerts and bars and parties and all of that fun stuff that's happening while you're being at university. And so I did. It just felt like it was not socially acceptable to not do those things. And I guess sometimes it was fun, but usually it was pretty boring or even plain annoying to me to waste my time like that when I could also have been reading. But where does all of this even come from? Has there always been this fear of missing out, this fear of regret later in life? Or could it be, you know, social media? I know, it's easy nowadays to blame everything on social media, but for this one, there is evidence. We spend hours every day on Instagram and TikTok, and what do we see? Usually, we don't see people sitting at home watching TV or doing the dishes. And even if we see them in beautiful apartments with expensive furniture and no clutter around. But more often than not, we see people actually living their best lives. We see them doing amazing things, going on trips abroad and meeting friends. There's even a word for the fear of missing out on something now. Fomo, which I am pretty sure you have experienced at some point in your life, and so have I. After all, as humans, we have a deep desire to connect and be part of the group. If that can only be achieved by going to that bar or attending that party, so be it. There is also another reason to stay busy, because if we don't, we might need to face the reality of our life. There is no time like peace and quiet in the safety of your own home where you really start to think about the big questions. But does all of this mean we should do everything now? Try everything just in case we might regret not doing it later in life? I firmly believe there is a huge downside to chasing too much in life, mainly the fact that it is stressful. Personally, I can say that I have learned a lot in the meantime, mainly like what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. So there is a lot less time spent partying, and I mean a lot less, and a lot more time spent reading. But anyway, we don't want to miss out on this incredible temple in Bangkok, so let's go. Welcome to one of the most beautiful temples in Thailand. I wanted to take a moment to talk a little more about that pressure of having to do it all, because I feel like one area where this is especially present is during traveling. And we are obviously so grateful that we are able to travel the world full time, like it's great. But FOMO is real. It's real in general, but it's even worse when you're traveling, because there's always this added feeling of you're only here once, you're far away from home in a foreign country, and if you're not doing it now, you will never do it. Like, you will never get to experience this one thing because you will never go back. And usually these things that you cannot miss or that are must-dos in many areas of the world, they are things like hiking up a volcano or ziplining or tubing or any of these crazy adventure activities. Snorkeling, especially popular, I feel like, in many places. And one thing that we have realized is that we don't really enjoy those things, or at least usually we don't enjoy these things. Like I hate everything that's with water. I don't want to be on a boat. I don't want to go snorkeling. I don't want to go diving or tubing or any of that stuff. And so what we do now instead is really try to think hard before we book anything. Because just doing it for the sake of doing it so that you can tick it off your list, I feel like is a waste of money, but also a waste of time. And probably you will not enjoy yourself anyway. So personally, I think it's really better to focus on the things that you at least expect to like. For example, like visiting beautiful, peaceful temples. But what if we don't live our life to the fullest? What would be the opposite of that? It could mean being bored with your life, unsatisfied, not having anything you're passionate about, a feeling of wasting your precious time. It could mean to have your life slip by without achieving anything, and of course the thing that we all seem to fear like nothing else, reaching the end of your life and being filled with regret. Mark Twain said, 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. And boy, we have been living that quote. Always going for the opportunities, constantly traveling, moving to new cities, meeting new people, saying yes to whatever came up at work. And also right now, living our dream, being on a world trip. And of course, that means realizing that it is not a dream, it is just life, and it comes with issues and struggles and boring times and hours and hours and hours of riding buses. Especially during this time, one of the things that I miss the most, if not the biggest thing, is the small things. I'm talking about things like making coffee on a Saturday afternoon, just the way I like it, hanging out on a couch with Nico, playing video games or watching a movie, cooking a nice dinner or baking a cake in the comfort of your own well-organized and perfectly clean kitchen, or meeting up with a friend for a cup of coffee. So is this maybe the other side of living your life to the fullest? Is it to enjoy the small things? After all, we all enjoy and value different things, and there are people who find equal fulfillment in ordinary days like others do in jumping off a cliff, even if that is not as Instagram worthy. Maybe we should not try to do it all, but rather focus on the things that we really want to try. So if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. So that we don't waste time doing things that we do not really have any interest in. So what now? Should you or should you not try to live your life to the fullest? Well, yes. But it doesn't mean what you think it means, and basically you need to find that definition yourself. Don't pressure yourself into doing something just so that you can say you did it. I feel like doing something just to tell a story is not a valid reason, and you should never feel forced to do something just because you don't want to appear boring or uninterested. Definitely learn to say no, it will make your life so much better. Enjoy your quiet life at home if that's what you like. And don't let those fake people on the internet control your goals for yourself. But if your life is on pause during the week and you're only living for the weekends, also not cool. Everyone finds happiness and fulfillment in different things. It can be exciting travels. It can be reading a book. It can be both of those things, and you just need to find time to do them. But try to be mindful about it. Don't let your life slip by while you're scrolling on social media, brain dead. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps someone. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. And if you liked this video, then hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.